Number one job, a lot of people out here, it still amazes me, they believe the government care about them.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. Corona, well, they locked us in our house, but they want us safe. More people have died from missed doctor's appointments for cancer diagnosis than they did corona. Shut up. They don't want you safe. They've never cared about you being safe. They never will care about you being safe. If you believe the government wants you safe, you are too far gone to save. What the government wants is slaves. Slavery's not gone anywhere, right? So the old school idea of slavery, let's talk about slavery. A government would get slaves, make them work for free and build things. That's slavery. So they've stopped doing that now. So what do now? They get people, make them build things for money, but the government print all the money. So if a government can create as much as they want of something from thin air, and you'll give up your life for this thing they can create from thin air as much as they want, you are still their slave. Getting rich is probably the worst thing that can happen to the majority of people. Most men are not ready for money. And I say this because I was broke for a very long time, lived a very difficult life, and then became rich. That's why I am, because money amplifies. So if you're the man first, and then you get rich, you're the man.
Yeah.
If you're a punk, and then you get rich, now you're a massive punk.
We were just talking about this before you came. Like,
Thanks.
Thank you.
wow.
Thanks, my friend.
We were just talking about
But
that.
it happens with crypto kids, right? I had one kid come to me, some 20-year-old kid who caught a pump, some stupid coin, whatever. He made $86 million.
Damn.
Jeez.
And he came to me and he was like, Tate, I need your help. I have $86 million, blah, 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 my life's still shit. It's like, yeah, because now you're just a sugar daddy to a bunch of hoes who don't give a fuck about you, and you're a robbery target, and you're just hiding, and like your life's over now. Like, you should have been the man first. You could have been a big G first. You can't even fucking pull a firearm. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, that's the worst thing that could happen to you, because you're never going to want to work hard. You're never going to want to network. You're never going to learn the skills. Before the modern period of wealth creation, because in Hustlers University, I teach people how to make money fast. Anybody. I teach you how to make as much money as you possibly can quickly. But in the old way, the old world, the only way you could make money was by talking to people, networking, sales, influence, all these things. You'd learn lessons along the way. By the time you had the money, you learned a lot about life.
Yeah.
But now you can skip all the lessons and just get the fucking money.
You're right.
And these dudes are a mess, right? So wealth is the worst thing that can happen to people.
True.
So we talk about how, money attracts girls. No, it fucking doesn't. Because in the realm of a beautiful woman, everybody's rich. She will only go on dates with a man who has a nice car and pays for dinner. She may not know who's richer than the other, but in her view, men just have money.
Right.
I talk to beautiful women, like genuine 10s. They turn women against men. They have to divide the peasants. That's the only way the elites can retain control. They turn the blacks against the whites, the Democrats against the Republicans, the women against the men. It's all a psyop, and they do it purposefully. Listen, a revolution is nothing more than men standing in one place and saying this shit has to change. The reason there's no revolution, despite the absolute tyranny we experience here in the Western world, is because most men aren't allowed out the house because their wife will get mad at them. You have to be home at 10 o'clock. Come home. You're not allowed out.
Well, what about the kids? Should he be home?
Sure, you should be home for your kids, but my point is you're not going to feel like a king or feel brave enough to go and rebel against the New World Order if you don't even feel in charge of your own house. If you're not a king in your own house, then how are you a king anywhere else, right? And the law is set up in a way in the Western world.
Like that.
The law is set up in the way in the Western world where men have absolutely zero power. Most men are clinically depressed, working jobs they hate, in sexless marriages, and they know they can't leave because they lose the house and they lose the kids and they lose everything else. So they don't have time to be concerned with anything that's actually happening in the world. They keep us divided and distracted. And empowering females is the easiest way to weaken the will of men. What happened when the Romans conquered the Greeks? The first thing they did was kill all the fighting age males. And we live in a world now where they are deliberately killing the fighting age males. They're killing the spirit, the warrior spirit inside of men. And they're doing that by motivating females and empowering them to the point where they're going to sit there and go, you know what? I'm a feminist. You can't tell me what to do. I'm allowed to go out with my friends. He's just my friend. I'm allowed to sleep at his house and drink vodka. Oh, I only sucked his dick. What's the problem? You know what? Fine, we get a divorce. I'm taking the fucking house.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you feel about women serving in the military and stuff like that?
I think that's the biggest mistake a female could possibly make. Why the fuck?
Guys, is I actually think the world is quite a bleak place.
Yeah.
For men nowadays. I think that the societal path they've laid out for most men is a sad one. I think that all men like the idea of conquest and like the idea of being high status and being rich, and they're telling you that you shouldn't be those things and you shouldn't do those things. You should just go to school, get a wife, sit at home, happy wife, happy life, and it's depressing and it's unhappy. And I promise everyone that there is a degree of happiness, but as a man, that happiness comes from freedom. And freedom does require money at some level. And you're going to have to get out there and get paid if you want to be free as an individual. And once you're free, you're going to be happy. So if you resonate with any of the things I said, please don't DM me on Instagram. I get 5,000 DMs an hour. I can't read them. Like, I'm trying to find the pussy. Bro, I go in there. I go in the message requests. I'm scroll. Chick. Okay, accept. Delete. I don't have time to read all that shit, right? But if you're going to join Hustlers University, you can begin to make some money. And if you're actually serious about brotherhood, about working with people, about networking, about understanding how the world really works, if you already have a little bit of money or you're starting to make money and you want to find a way to attribute that towards your freedom, then that's what the War Room's all about. And we'll see you inside of there. So I'm very accessible as a person. You can find your way to me inside of the networks, but don't DM my Insta because I'm not going to be able to see it. That's how it works.
Fair enough. All right, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Tate, once again, thank you very, very much.